Hey, welcome back to Bimblebit. I'm Damien.
I'm Andy.
And we're just two guys shooting the shit about Bitcoin. We're going to lock ourselves in at our blockchain height, 907,629, courtesy of timechaincalendar.com. I was hoping it would roll over.
You know, we were going, will it roll over to 6:30? Like, how far are we into this 10-minute,
One of these days.
It's still 6:29.
I hope it does.
We'll go with
for
the flow.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, we kick off the show with our acquisitions, and we cannot believe the coming out of the woodwork.
Right.
We're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
Strategy B, the ship has been parked in dock for the second time in July. No buyings, but they're getting ready for a big rollout with the STRC, which is a new thing he's working on.
Yeah.
But there's been lots of people still buying. Metaplanet bought another 780 Bitcoin. That's over 13,000 in just 3 months.
And they're up to what now?
They
17,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's a lot of Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin. There was a new one that I learned of, Volcon. I've never heard of it before, but it's an EV manufacturer. And now they've just saying they've boosted their Bitcoin holdings to over 300 or 3,500 Bitcoin. I didn't even know they started, and I never heard from them. And again, every show there's always one new player that you don't know and has entered the market.
One of the ones that we did talk about that was one of those out of the woodwork was Simler Scientific, now holding 5,021 Bitcoin, valued at just like 594 million.
That's
drop in the bucket.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so the buying continues. We're seeing it. Everyone's enjoying the all-time high. It's a little lower. It was 123.
Yeah.
So we're bouncing. We wake up every morning and go, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. And it really has been bouncing quite a bit over the last week or month or whatever. I mean, right now it's sitting about 118. I know it did go up to 123 a couple of weeks ago. Our volume's still pretty decent at 66 billion over the last 24 hours. But again, when in doubt, zoom out. So today we might be down 1%. But guess what? Over the week, we're up 0.7%. Over the month, we're up 10%. And over the year, we're up 73%. So Bitcoin's going to go up and down. But you always got to zoom out and just like relax and you know where the flow is going, sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna read you a quote, and I want you to tell me if you can think who could possibly say such a thing. While acknowledging Bitcoin's impressive price gains over the years, he insists those past performers do not qualify as a store of value. Who would that be?
Oh, I have a guess.
Say it.
Schiff.
Yeah. Peter Schiff back at it again, beacon off. I mean, throwing out his opinion. Still, I mean, he's a huge gold guy, but after seeing what has happened with Bitcoin, he still rides that philosophy, and that's fine. Peter, we know you have Bitcoin, and we know he does. Yeah. So it's a little bit of that, but.
You got to come around at some point because, you take a look at the last, however many years, 15, 16 years, and there has been a steady increase and there has been a pattern. So
we really thought he was coming out in Las Vegas. Everybody in the audience just had a gut feeling and nope, stuck to his guns.
Isn't it something, hey?
Yeah.
And if you take a look, and I just saw an interesting story the other day, and it was over the past 2 months, 98 companies have accumulated $43 billion in funds to buy Bitcoin for their treasuries.
Isn't that crazy?
Just in the last 60 days.
Yeah.
$43 billion.
And we've got
new money coming into the market.
How many new companies?
98 in the last 60 days.
Wasn't there like a number of 43 or something came out and they...
Obviously doubled.
Oh my heavens. It's remarkable news. We love
something else. So. Here's something else too. It's a great story. I always love these, the
fun
stories. Yeah. So you know how he have all those mining companies out there, and they have great big facilities and multiple mining GPUs put together, and mining Bitcoin.
Lots invested.
Well, a solo miner, guy like me and you at home on the computer, he just got himself a Bitcoin. He got 3.164 Bitcoin, made himself $375,000.
That's crazy cool.
That's great because the little guy can win and the big guys can win, right? Like it's still possible, right?
I would think that being able to score that block and get those Bitcoin would be still easier than winning the lottery.
Probably.
I don't know. We should look into that.
We'll
I'd
look
be
into the
curious.
numbers.
But he did, she
Look
did,
into
they
the
did
numbers.
very, very well.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And another big story.
Oh,
Our friends at PayPal.
PayPal,
Pay
yeah.
with crypto.
did you hear this one? This is good.
Yeah, it is
This
good.
is good.
Yeah.
Right?
It's in the United States right now.
Yeah.
And they are going to do it all. They're doing BTC. They're doing Ethereum, XRP.
They've got
and
a few different.
whole bunch more.
Yeah. So now you can buy anything you want in the United States if you have a PayPal account and you want to use some crypto. Anywhere.
That's huge.
It's on the rails, and the merchants in the stores will accept it because it's now on the rails. So
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So wallets. Let's talk about wallets for a quick second. There was something that really interesting happened the other day. So last week, Galaxy Digital issued a press release saying that they executed one of the largest Bitcoin transactions ever.
Oh, yeah.
They helped some anonymous guy sell over 80,000 Bitcoin, equivalent of $9 billion, describing him as a Satoshi-era investor. And now the CryptoQuant CEO, Ki Young Zhu, believes that the anonymous client is Tom Williams. And Tom Williams was the founder of MyBitcoin, which crashed back in 2011. So, I mean, I'm not taking sides on either way. Good for him, but that is a huge move, and that is back in the day, and it's exciting to see.
And salute. Congratulations, my friend. Every once in a while, you got to take a little profits. And if you've been holding on since 2011 and you decide to cash in a little bit of Bitcoin, good on you. I'm sure he's got a little more back,
80,000, a little bit of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
$9 billion in my pocket.
Isn't that something?
That
eh?
is
Yeah.
such a
What a
cool
great
story.
day. What
I
a great
love it.
day. Yeah.
We have something really cool coming up, and it's just to mention that the Lethbridge Bulls here in southern Alberta do special events, and we have our very own Bimblebit night coming up
We do.
this Saturday. It's going to be August 2nd.
Yeah.
And we're going to have like flashy Bimblebit up on the screen, and we're all going to be there in, wearing our little media things.
And our friends and family are all going to be there in
Yeah.
support of us. And of course, we're a huge supporter of the Lethbridge Bulls.
Yeah.
Great. And they're having a great season
They
this
are.
season.
Yes,
They're
playoffs.
really, really doing well. So, go Bulls. And we look forward to seeing you next Saturday night, cheering you on right with the Bimblebit gang. Yeah, you betcha. You betcha. Yeah.
Well, if you have a special event coming up, we would love to hear about it. Bimblebit.com, just through the contact us and let us know, special event or whatever, comment, question, concern. We're here to answer them. So reach out to us, okay? We encourage
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What else you got shaking over there, Bacon?
Well, a lot of people talk and speculate and everything's going on. And one of the things they're talking about now is the 4-year cycle. And, in previous videos, I always refer to the 4-year cycle and you'll understand where you're at, sort of thing. But as the 4-year cycles have gone on over the last, few epochs, that it seems like they're getting, not quite as big, sort of thing, right? So you call it diminishing returns, sort of thing, right? So what they're talking about now is because that we've had so much adoption from institutions, and with potential lower interest rates going on later in the US and this year and around the world, regulation coming in to effect to make sure that everybody, you can buy Bitcoin, but there's certain rules and we all do it together, sort of thing. They're saying that 4-year cycle might diminish, and instead of going up towards the end of 2025 and then kind of coming down again like normal, they believe that it's actually going to be accentuated in 2026. It's taken us longer than normal to get to this particular cycle top. So that cycle top is now, they're saying, is going to be not just 1 year, but 2 years. Exciting stuff, because things are moving differently this time. And when you have institutional money, which is a lot more than you and I putting in our retail dollars, that's going to have an effect later on. And I don't even know that we know what kind of effects they're going to be huge. It's going to be something we've never seen before, but I think you can see that curve going up in 2026 as well as 2025. So that's exciting.
Yeah, and it's different. It's new. That's the fun part about it. Because we
Absolutely.
could pretty much follow the first cycles for the 4 years verbatim to
Yeah.
one another, and now it is not that. So we are in undiscovered waters, new territory,
Absolutely.
where no people have gone before. It's true. It's true. Just want to remind you about our Adopt a Node program. It is up and running. We have our first node running. It's so fun to look at that screen and
Yep.
look at all the
Oh, I
going up
know.
and down. It's cool.
It is.
What we want to do is give you the opportunity to represent the Bitcoin network by having and supporting a node. And you can do that by donating to the QR code right down here. And we will start putting funds together to build more nodes. As the funds come in, more nodes go out. And we're also working with Bitcoin Manor up in Calgary. And they're going to hopefully set us up with some really cool casings for the nodes. And we'll get more details about that. But adopt a node. Bimblebit.com exclusive. We would love for you to join us. So
Yeah, and if you don't have the time or the kind of expertise to put it together, we're willing to do that for you. We'll put you on our Bitcoin registry. We'll make sure that everybody that is involved with the Adopt a Node program gets their name mentioned, because we're all doing this together. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
One thing we wanted to mention is Tales from the Crypto will come back at some point, but we're going to gear ourselves towards a new venture, and that is going to be called Back to Basics. We had some great feedback last week.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just getting into the space new, whether you're joining us on YouTube or Nostr. Thank you for joining us. I actually, in our last post, sent out, if you want to learn about Bitcoin and buy some, DM me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, a few people reached out. And I mean, it's so simple. We don't get benefit at all from that. It has nothing to do with us. It is about helping you have your own self-custody of your money. And that is Bitcoin. So
absolutely,
reach out if you have questions. But Back to Basics is going to take us back to the grassroots of Bitcoin.
We're going to talk about what is Bitcoin, and how can I learn about Bitcoin, and how can I buy Bitcoin, sort of thing. Right?
It's going to be simple. It's not going to be for everyone, because there's a lot of people that are already advanced and into it. But there are a lot that aren't, and we want to be able to make sure we get our whole audience. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that, and who knows, maybe you'll learn something new yourself.
And we're always learning something new when we're researching.
That's why I'm
share it with you guys. It's a journey together, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right, Jay, it's time. Hit me, baby.
Event music.
Oh, you do. The events calendar, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We've got some new ones as well. The Baltic Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
It's a honey badger.
Honey Badger.
It's in Latvia, August 9th and 10th. Yeah. It's like I forgot how to speak English there at one point.
It's okay. It's a honey badger. What are you going to do?
Second one, Bitcoin Amsterdam, August 13th and 14th. That is in Amsterdam. And then we've got Asia, Bitcoin Asia, Hong Kong. This is August 28th and 29th. This is a new one. It's the Wyoming Blockchain Symposium.
Oh.
This is happening at Jackson Hole, Wyoming, August 18th through the 21st. That sounds like a lot of fun.
That's a new one.
We're going down to Africa.
Africa.
Yeah, the Africa Bitcoin Mining Summit happening in Zambia is September 25th and 26th. And this is the one I was referring to as Strategy B. I think it's a great idea. They're calling it Bitcoin Day, and it's happening at Strategy B's headquarters in Tysons, Virginia on September 27th. So that's actually at Strategy B.
September 22nd.
Tickets on sale now.
I wouldn't mind.
If you got something going on in the world of Bitcoin, a SAT market, or anything like that, give us an opportunity to advertise it for you, Bimblebit.com, and we'll be sure to do
We're here to help everybody.
Yeah.
Whether you're nearby Lethbridge or whether you're global, let us know. Bimblebit.com. We'll promote you. That's what we do.
Yeah. So before we go, you said there was three really big things happening that were coming up, and we should probably touch on those.
Yeah, I think I remember one or two of them anyways.
That's okay. Let's do the top two.
So this week we have a ton of huge companies that are reporting their earnings this week. Some Mag 7 companies and a ton of other ones as well, like 30 or something like that. So you're going to see how we're doing based on what's been going on down there and the adversity that they're going through. So that's going to be very exciting. And also you are going to see on Wednesday Fed Jerome Powell, who will speak about the U.S. economy and decide whether or not he will leave rates the same, raise them, lower them. A lot of speculation over that. I think the overwhelming part at this point is he will not change them. Don't know that for a fact, but seems that's what the market is priced in.
Everyone's got a prediction for everything.
Sure.
Opinions are like armpits. Everybody's got a It's true. Well, that's it for me, brother. Always a good time. Thank you for joining us. I'm Damien.
I'm Andy.
We're just two guys shooting the shit right here on Bimblebit.com.
Cheers, mates.